Got to talk about something you have wanted to talk about as well, which is these XL bully dogs, which Rishi Sunak now says are going to be banned by 2025. Let's talk to Rob Alleyne, who is an animal behaviour expert. Rob, you're very welcome to the programme this afternoon. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
It's an interesting one, Rob, isn't it? Because there are people saying it's deed not breed. There are people who are saying that we can't demonise the people who own these dogs. We spoke to someone earlier on, Paul in Manchester, who owns an XL bully dog. And there's a really, really good point made by a texter to our programme. And it's a point that made a lot of sense, that said, you know, if you have an incredibly aggressive Chihuahua, it's not going to rip your throat out.
Well, not so long ago, there was a Jack Russell that killed a family's baby. Try telling them that a small dog isn't dangerous. So I think that kind of encapsulates what the problem is as soon as you start to try and say that one type or breed of dog is more dangerous than another, and you focus on that one, you're not educating people about all of them. And, you know, cars kill people. No, drivers kill people. A car is an inanimate object. Knives don't kill people. The people holding the knife is the perpetrator. And I think the same is the way we should see dogs. If you try and demonize a particular breed and ban that breed, what happens is all of the irresponsible people who had that breed just go out and get another one. That's not the solution. What we have to do is punish the people who caused their dog to do something dangerous. It was their fault. If we look at that tragedy of that man who was killed yesterday, the owner wasn't present. That's why the dogs killed that man. There was no owner. If you punish the dogs, the man just goes out and gets another dog. You have to punish the people, and I think part of the problem is we just don't punish them severely enough to deter them. Just yesterday, I was at a friend's house who had told me about an XL bully near her that's highly aggressive towards people. And as I was stood in her flat looking out the window, we saw this owner walking up an alley, which is directly next door to a secondary school. And it targeted two of these boys and dragged her up the alleyway after these two boys. Now, the owner is the one at fault. She took this dog that is known to be aggressive towards people into an alleyway at the time when the children were coming to school. If you get rid of her dog, tomorrow she just goes out and gets another one that isn't a banned breed, and she's still just as stupid as she was today. What you need to do is punish her.
Yeah. Why do people get these dogs? I mean, I can understand that there are some people who want to feel protected. They want to feel as if they are in control, that they have an animal that can attack people if they get attacked. That's not something I would have, but then I live a very different life to what a lot of some people, not all people, but some people who have XL bully dogs have. I mean, I remember walking down the street and there was someone with a dog like this. It wasn't an XL bully dog, but it was a very aggressive looking dog. And there were people moving to the other side of the street. There were people who were clearly very scared. There was one woman who shouted across the street and said, "Don't bring your dogs into our neighbourhood." There is real and tangible and understandable fear of these dogs. So, I mean, we're never going to get rid of all of them, are we, Rob? And maybe what the government is doing is naive.
It is 100% naive. I'm old enough to remember a time when the Rottweiler was the demon dog. Then there was the Doberman. Then there was the German Shepherd. This is not a new thing. But what we rely on is the majority of people being responsible with them, and we punish the people who weren't. And there's nothing wrong with that system. Banning the breed just makes them go out and get a new one. And what we had was the Dangerous Dogs Act brought in about pit bull terriers, which we banned. We put to sleep thousands of them, we neutered them, we created all these terms around them. And all those people then did was create the XL bully. Now we've got a dog that's more dangerous than the pit bull.
Yeah.
And if we ban the XL bully, what will happen is a few years from now, there'll be that one successor, which will be more dangerous than its predecessor. This is not the solution. What we have to do is educate people better, so hopefully a lot of people don't choose to go and get that. But the ones that do, if they behave irresponsibly with it, and what we keep seeing in these videos of these dogs attacking people is, where is the owner?
Yeah.
If you just get rid of the dog, they just get another dog. No, what we have to do is punish those people much more severely. In my world, if your dog attacks somebody like that, you're going to prison for a lot of years. It's just a question of how long. And that would deter some of those people from being so irresponsible.
Okay. Rob,
not just ban the breed.
Yeah.
The breed isn't the problem, the people are.
Rob, thank you very much indeed. Rob Alleyne, who's an animal behaviour expert.